So what's going on, social media groupies? Steve Crow here, backwoods hippie, and I just want to hop on here real quick because I've been a very busy individual. Now, a lot of people may know I've been banned on Facebook for several months now. My page is still not up, so if anybody's watching this wondering where I've been, I'm not accessing my backwoods hippie Steve Crow page on Facebook from my normal account because my personal profile's been banned, so I'm not really able to do any live videos at this moment in time on Facebook. So I'm reaching out to YouTube. I'm staying very busy, very active in everything that I'm doing. Now, the one thing I'm noticing, I'm reaching out to different people, different elected officials, congressmen, writing letters to governors, sending emails, trying to get in touch with as many people as possible about some of the things going on in this country that Americans feel is very important, such as freedom of speech, such as gun laws, the right to bear arms, and we need more Americans that are very logical people. I mean, this stuff is logic, it's common sense. We need the facts pushed. We need more investigative journalism from independent media resources such as the Red Elephants, run by Vincent James. I mean, he does a really great job at all the content he brings out and all the stuff he talks about. And then we've got people like Hank Strange that I come across today, Lifestyles of the Locked and Loaded. And there is a bunch of different people all over YouTube, all over Facebook, but none of us have really united together. And I mean, some of these guys, I've got like 3,000 or 4,000 people that follow my page on Facebook. I ain't got that many viewers here on YouTube, and I've not tried to make it a full-time job. I've not tried to make it a full-time platform. I get in here and I talk as an everyday American citizen with what I feel is right to talk about. But there is a lot of people out here, such as Tommy Gun TV, aka the Pissed Off American. There's Will Johnson with Unite America First. There's the Mind of Jamal. There's Outlaw Morgan. There's the Red Elephants. I mean, there is numerous people in the Patriot movement. There's people in the freedom movement, the liberty movement. There's a bunch of different names for it, but when it comes down to it, we're all Americans. And it's not that we're all conservatives. It's not that we're all independent. It's not that we're all right-wingers or Republicans. A lot of us are people that have the common core values of this nation embedded in our lifestyle, and we want certain things. We are like-minded people. We believe in certain things. We don't have to agree on everything. Just because we both drive, let's say, a truck doesn't mean that we have to have the same color or the same type of ground effects on it. Some people like that stuff. Some people prefer big jacked up trucks. Some don't. The fact is, we like trucks. Just like right now, we are Americans. Our culture is being attacked. Our gun rights are being attacked. Our free speech is being attacked. They're slowly, a little bit at a time, eliminating people off of Facebook for any type of offensive speech, hate speech, and they're wanting to turn it into law. And eventually, if that goes down the road that they want it to, that the Democrats, the left wing wants it to, it'll eventually become law to where if you offend somebody, you're not banned, but your ass is put in jail. And there's laws going on in separate parts of the United States right now. Gun law reform, gun law controversy, to where they're saying, okay, we're going to ban your bump stocks. We're going to ban this. We're going to ban that. And, something happens to you, too bad. They're taking people away. They're going to, like, what was his name? Coda Boy 32, I believe it was talking about the fact in one state that they're passing a law to where certain things are illegal, and if you're caught within possession of those things, then you're automatically going to be a felon. You're going to go to jail. You're going to lose your rights. There's no such thing as, if something happens to you and you die, that your guns are going to be given to your children. You're not allowed to give guns to certain people for over a 12-hour period of time, and if it's proven that you did, you can become a felon. There is all kinds of just unconstitutional laws that is happening in this country. Back is almost a decade ago, they made a assault rifle ban, and they wanted to come in to where, I think it was Boston, and they wanted to take everybody's guns without any type of compensation, and that breaks constitutional law right there. But a lot of people just do not know what's happening in America. They don't know what's going on in America, except for what the media tells them. Normal, everyday people don't know unless they're watching the media. And that's a problem, because everybody sees the media and hears the media, and they assume that that's what's going on. Most people don't talk about the stuff at work. A lot of the people who know what's going on in this movement, know the potential for the things that could change in this country, is only finding out the truth because of what is on Facebook, because of what is on YouTube, from people like myself who's willing to stand up, from people like Outlaw Morgan, the Pissed Off American, and many, many others. Hank Strange, And what we have to do, people, is we have to start uniting. So I'm going on and I'm reaching out to whoever I find. I'm commenting on their posts. I'm going to find their emails. I'm going to find their phone numbers. And I'm going to reach out and say, listen, you've all got different viewer bases, all right? Some people's got 300, 400,000 followers like Outlaw Morgan does. Pissed Off American. He's got maybe 150 to 180,000 followers. I've got just a few 4,000 followers. I mean, there's a different base for everybody is what I'm saying. Some people might like my content that don't like POAs. Some people might like Outlaw Morgan's content that doesn't know about who Hank Strange is. And he's out of Florida. So they're close proximity together. They can make some things happen and do some things. But what we have to do as Americans is start uniting. And all you people, like, if you got 74,000 followers or 100, 200,000, 30,000, whatever it may be, it's all a different base. It's all a different viewer base for people. There's men, there's women, there's black, there's white, there's gay, there's straight. And what everybody has to start doing to start standing up for this country and counterbalance what's going on in the media and what's going on in Congress is for all of us to start uniting together as one voice. It's time for people to start reaching out and saying, hey, let's get on a show. Let's do a show together. I know Tommy Gunn, he has a show. He runs a podcast, just like Outlaw Morgan runs a podcast. We need to start reaching out to people like Coda Boy, and we need to start saying, hey, here's these guys, you need to reach out to him. You know? And start getting people together on shows, on everybody's own platform, and start sharing each other's voices, sharing each other's content, and spreading the word, because then that's going to have viewers cross lines and see other people that they didn't see before, hear other things that they didn't hear before, and it starts spreading truth. It starts spreading content. It starts spreading across social media, and then the more people's going to start realizing the truth and hearing the truth, and we're all going to start uniting together as one for a common goal and a common purpose, which is this country, this nation, our gun rights, our free speech, the pride in this country, and everything else that America's been fighting. That's what we need to do. And right now, the only one thing that I can think of, I would love to see everybody unite together as one. And I wasn't able to go last year, and I hate it. I hate that I couldn't go to the mother of all rallies. But some things come up, some personal life changes, and there's no way that I could have made it in time. But this year, I am saving up, and I've done warned everybody. I want to go, no matter what I got to do to get there. I'm going to go. I'm going to free up some time. Come hell or high water, I'm going to be at the mother of all rallies if I can help it. And I think that the mother of all rallies is already an event that happened once. It's already got attention. It already made national attention for doing things that people did not expect. And that's what we need in this scenario. We need people that can show up and unite together for a common goal, a common purpose, and we can all stand there with our differences of opinion but have one thing in common, that America is first. Our Constitution is first. Our rights to free speech, our gun rights, our culture, everything is first. And the only way we can start making these things happen is if we all start reaching out together and recommending people, hey man, you need to reach out to this guy because they can help you promote your voice. They can do a podcast with you. Your view base can see each other. You can share each other's content. You can start putting the word out. That way, somebody out there can start looking and seeing what's going on and hearing the truth from other people. They might not like me, but they might like somebody else. They might not like Coda Boy, but they might like Hank Strange. But it gives them another 150,000, 300-some thousand followers that might not know who he is, helping share his voice. That way, it gets the truth out here. Because people watch things, they hear things, they see things, whether it's in the media, in Hollywood or whatever, and they relate to people based on their own personal self and how they feel about somebody and how they feel about what they're saying. And that's what we need to start making people want to stand up and fight for this damn country. And I think that if we could do this year after year, continue fighting, then maybe all of us can unite at the mother of all rallies and we can have 100,000 people there. And I think it's something that we should all work toward. It ain't the time to fight looking at people like Bob Jones and Mark Connors. That makes me sick because it's the same bullshit every day. While our gun rights are potentially being took away, they're worried about nitpicking and fighting with each other like a bunch of little princesses, a bunch of little spoiled brats. We need real Americans to stand up, start speaking the truth, and start trying to unite people together, regardless of how they might feel about each other, for the common goal of this country. We're under attack, people. They're eliminating people on Facebook all the time. They're eliminating people's rights all the time in different states, a little at a time. And nobody hears about them on mainstream media because nobody wants to report it. Nobody hears about it on social media because nobody wants to report it. And if it is reported, it's very few and far in between that reports the truth. And that's why we need to get out things, say, hey man, this is going on in Washington. This is going on in Boston. This is opening up a pathway for this to happen in your state before you know it. And overnight you could become a felon. Overnight you could lose your rights. And it's something we have to stand up. It's something we have to fight against. And it's something that we're going to have to show that we are united together in force to make people wake up and understand what's happening. Women's March can make it, they can make it happen anytime because they got the funding and they got the money. The Mother of All Rallies is one event. It's already preset. It's already established. It's happened once. I think it would be a great idea. People have months of planning to where we could get there for one day and say, hey, we're here. And we're not taking this shit anymore. And it ain't about Trump anymore. If he's willing to bow down to the Democrats and them on gun rights, then that's something we can't accept. We got to stand up together for our interest, not the interest of a politician or whoever we did or didn't back. We got to stand up for what we're going to support. Not what the politicians we put in office are going to support, but what we want. What we expect of our elected officials. And if the elected officials don't do their job, it's time that we start backing people that are real everyday Americans to start running for office and start taking and electing people out of office. Like Omar Navarro. He's doing a great job. Fully back and support him. It's time we start doing this type of stuff. It's time we start uniting and showing force that America is not taking this anymore and that we're going to unite. We're going to make our own network of deplorable Americans and we're going to start standing up, having each other's backs, putting each other's content out here, and we're going to start uniting first. Because this is for our country, people, This is for the future of your kids. This is for everything. You fight now, or you just give up, because once the rights are gone, they're gone. And there ain't going to be no stopping it. And I don't know. Just take my advice. If you all know anybody out here that's speaking up, that has a platform of any kind, you can go to my Backwoods Hippie page and look at some of the playlists I've got. Look at some of the people I've got. I'm not promoting myself. I could care less if I get promoted or not. But what I want to see is people working together that has the voice that I don't have. And I want to see them uniting together. That way they can get together at the Mother of All Rallies, or they can get together at a different venue. It don't have to be more. And they can start sharing each other's voice, sharing each other's content, and getting the word out so that more everyday Americans start standing up and realizing what's going on in this country and what they could lose. That's what we need. We need Ben Shapiro. We need Ashton Birdie. We need InfoWars. We need the Drudge Report. We need the Red Elephants. We need all these different people to start coming together as one voice and fighting for America.